That's right. It is the Corona Cero post-show day number 2 of the VIVO Rio Pro presented by Corona Cero. 100% natural, 0% APV. We had a great day in the water today, and we have set up our finals here after day number 2. We got a lot to unwrap in this Corona Cero post-show. This is Mitchell Salazar. That's Jesse Mendez. I'm Kuiper Guerrero. And Mitchell, what a great day. What a great day. We had to weather the storm to get here, but it was absolutely beautiful this morning.
Yeah, a lot of days of waiting, but to be honest, the waves this morning were really fun. Offshore wind, really consistent, and most importantly, we saw a lot of the high seeds bounce back afterwards, especially in the round of 16.
I know, it was kind of sketchy, you know. Starting off the first day, we saw all the high seeds on the elimination rounds of the woman fall down, and then we come into today, the guys stepped it up, and they definitely went down.
Yeah, and speaking of the women, we ended up with the last quarterfinal winner, Molly Picklum. She's into the semifinals, guys, and she will be wearing yellow. That's right, the yellow leaders jersey when we move to the next stop at J-Bay. Let's hear from Pickles. She's with Raquel.
True, let's give her this news. Molly, first of all, congratulations. You are in the semifinals. I know this heat must be really tricky for you, but you are coming with the yellow jersey in J-Bay. How are you feeling?
Oh, what? That's the best news ever. I feel like for me, I got the yellow jersey early on in the year for the past 2 years, and I obviously heard all the talk of all the girls that I'm like right at the top with getting knocked out, and it's obviously a great opportunity for me, and I felt all that for sure, but ultimately I was just using it for good and to fire me up, and yeah, I'm so happy. That's sick, especially towards the end of the year. I want to keep pushing for sure.
And this heat was stressful for you. How was it?
Yeah, I actually was super nervous just because I was watching the conditions fade tremendously all this afternoon, and I don't know, that right's just so wobbly, and as the tide was coming in, positioning was obviously really hard, and I was just sitting near her to just try and play whatever was coming and just take an opportunity away, and yeah, it was scary. I don't really like doing those sort of heats. I like to surf and know that I'm going to actually get a chance and to show my surfing, but ultimately there was none of that. It was just scrappy and scrap my way through, but I'll take it. I'm on the glass. I'm happy.
Congratulations, because you really made it look easy. Thank you very much, and back to you guys.
All right. Yeah, that's right. Molly Picklum. She saw that opportunity, and she just jumped on it, Mitchell, and now she's in yellow. She saw all the other women around her fall out early in the event. I mean, and from her form right now, I feel that she can win this thing.
Oh, 100%. It's the first time she's ever made the semifinals, in 3 tries. So great effort from her. Obviously super stoked on that. Job's not done, though. Can he be one of the top 2 seeds heading into the Lexus WSL Finals now?
Yeah, it's still a long road ahead of us. Switching gears, Jesse, into the men's round of 16. We saw some fireworks. We saw some upsets. We saw some friendly fire as well. I'm talking about the round of 16, heat number 2. It was an incredible heat. Miguel Pupo coming up against Filipe Toledo.
I mean, 2 bros going up against each other too early in the event. I'm sure they felt that they didn't want to match against each other there early in the heat, but yeah, man, it's the job. You got to get it done, and Miggy just outsmarted him right there on the end of it. It looked like he was with the back against the wall and everything was done, but just found that last right, and it was enough to take the win.
Yeah, Filipe Toledo on paper is the favorite to win this event, but he got knocked out in the round of 16.
Yeah, creased his board, had to come in, swap it out, and was surfing good, as he indicated right there. And, you know, unfortunately for him, right at the end of the heat, Miggy under priority was able to get the wave, but what was so impressive about Filipe, he did most of his best surfing going left, Kaipo.
Miggy wanted to go left here, decided to go right, and this thing opened up for him.
Yeah, just smart as well. Just not overcommitting, but being critical. Making the judges think, you know, like giving the judges an opportunity to think if he should have got the score or not. And it's just very emotional for Miggy in the end. I know he kind of had a little bit of an injury the last few days on his hip, so I think it was a plus, you know, like beat Filipe Toledo plus, you know, dealing with an injury with a lot of pain, it's not easy.
Good friends, too.
Caught that in the final seconds of the heat, a 4.83 to turn the heat. Filipe getting the news on the beach. And that is an upset for day number 2. Looking at the numbers here, Mitchell.
Yeah, pretty close one. 10.83, 10.67. And it was really the 6-point ride that made a big difference in this one, Kaipo. Props to Miggy. Continues on a roll right here in 2025.
Yeah, and he needed that buzzer beater, that 4.83. That was the critical moment of this heat. Miguel Pupo, he's on to the quarterfinals. And that wasn't just where the action didn't stop there. So we started off this morning. We had a overlapping heats for the elimination round. We got through that elimination round. Then we went to normal heats for the round of 16. Round of 16, heat number 7, Mitchell, Crosby Colapinto, Italo Ferriera. Big numbers coming through, and the highest wave score of the day in this matchup right here.
Crosby surfed great, had a 7.83 with a single air, but bravo, as you call him, Kaipo. The kid from the Northeast, Bahia Formosa, he showed up once again, and highest score of the event so far. He opened up with a 5-point ride, though, to start things off.
Yeah, the guy was just, you know, it's crazy how good the world champs are to step up to the match that they have in front of them. Like, they're good at winning, you know, very mediocre heat, and then all of a sudden you think Crosby's just gonna take that one down, that massive punt that we haven't seen it that good of an air so far in the event, or maybe from his brother Griffin. He had that backside one, and then all of a sudden, Italo Ferriera just does a massive punt and takes on the win.
There's a punt right here, 7.83 for Crosby. That turned the heat for that moment, Mitchell.
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, for a wave that size, especially when the wind had just turned side short too, read the conditions perfectly. But once again, this guy, 9s, I mean, he was claiming a 10, but still the best wave of the event so far.
Give him a 10, I'm telling you. Look at this thing. Look at that explosion. Look at that landing. 10, he says. Pretty close.
I mean, I don't know why it wasn't a 10. For me, that was a 10 as well, but I think maybe because there's more left on the bone, he was so excited about it and cheering with the crowd, but that wave actually doubled up a little bit after, and he could have done maybe more, but man, that's as good as he
He's
gets.
like, what more do I need to do?
Rock the baby.
That's all he needed to do.
Yeah, burp the baby.
Dude, and the coolest part, he came in and surfed with the people on the beach. Dude,
Comes
look at
in,
him.
this is mid-heat. Italo Ferriera runs up, celebrates with the crowd, and then was able to come through. So Ferriera on fire.
What a madman.
Oh, that's why they call him Bravo. Look at the numbers, though. Big for both surfers in this one.
Yeah, stoked for Italo, 9.33, a big bounce back for him. The 5 back up. Crosby Colapinto, though, close to an 8-point ride. Great surfing, great display, and continues to evolve right here on the Championship Tour. But Bravo into the quarterfinals. He's looking to defend his title, Kaipo.
Looking pretty good to me. Speaking of the quarterfinals, Jesse, let's look at our men's bracket. We're down to the quarters.
I mean, I'm very excited about that first one. 2 goofy footers, and I know for a fact there's a goofy footer in the semifinals, so that's great. And also that last one looks insane, Italo and Ethan Ewing.
Yeah, it's, hey. And the yellow jersey, Mitch, he's still in it, the big brew.
Yeah, and Griffin today surfed quite well. Had to surf twice, same as Jordy Smith, and Jordy just doing his job, making sure that he's competing and not only winning a lot of these heats.
Yeah. So that's on the men's side of the action, and the women's side of the action. That's how we ended the day with the women's quarterfinals. And we almost got through the quarterfinals. We had 3 of the quarterfinals. We have 1 remaining, but we have the semifinal number 1 all set up. In heat, quarterfinal number 2, our world junior champ, Luana Silva, really raised her energy. She fed into the crowd, and she made really, really good decisions with priority. I was so impressed by the young Brazilian.
Yeah, Jesse and I were talking about this earlier. Her confidence seems to be the thing that's really playing the biggest of factors, and wave selection has been on point. Her partner Joao is from this beach, and you know, going up against Tyler, who's won the event multiple times at this location, it is a major win for Lulu at this point.
This right here going into the channel, it's the hardest wave in my opinion off this break. And for the regular footers that grow up here, they love surfing that ride. So it's their bread and butter. They do it on the sleep. So for Luana to be coming here a lot and spending a lot of time, obviously with João, one of the biggest locals to ever come out and the best surfers to ever come out of this region, it's a big advantage for her. And, you know, it paid off. It was a tricky day, a tricky afternoon, and she went to town.
Yeah, the high tide this afternoon made it really tricky. There were some lulls. You're your use of priority was really, really important.
Yeah.
Luana used that priority. She was patient. She's maturing as a competitor, but still has this natural talent here. Got a couple of sixes out here. That was enough.
Dude, 2 6s this afternoon. I mean, you're probably talking about 15, 16 points most other days. So props to her, as you mentioned, wave selection. But finally, she's using priority the way we probably should have seen her use in previous years.
There's a number, 6.47, 6.33 for Luana Silva. She's on to the semifinals.
First time ever. Good for her. And looking to make a push also for the Final 5 race, Kaipo.
Yeah, you think the beach is going to erupt on finals day for Luana Silva? You can count on that. There's going to be tens of thousands of fans here. Let's take a look at our bracket. We got a couple of, we got a semifinal already set up, and still yet to be determined who will be facing Molly Picklum in that semifinal number 2.
What do you think, Jess? Molly Picklum right there up against Peterson or Brooks. I really like Erin's chances right here, Kaipo.
I like Erin's chances a lot.
I'll go against you guys then. So I think Peterson has an amazing backhand surfing, and you know she's looking good this year. And we'll do a bat on that one.
No, and you know what though? Like, so I want to play both sides of the coin on that one, because Lakey definitely has probably better heat management and has way more experience. So I feel like if there's a lot of waves, I'm going to go Erin in that one.
I agree.
If it's lully, then I'm going to go Lakey, because Lakey will play the game a little bit better. That's what I think.
Should be way better this weekend, too.
Yeah.
Would that play in Lakey's favor?
Well,
probably think so.
Yeah.
Mostly comparing with what we had on offer this afternoon with the high tide. So we think about cleaner conditions and lower tide and more waves.
Yeah, so, well, now it's time to feel the power of freshness. That's right. I'm talking about the Natura Kayak wave of the day. Guess which one it was? Not hard. It was a 9.33. This is the Natural Kayak wave of the day. Can't get enough of it. This guy, spring-loaded.
He is just a madman. We call him the Tasmanian Devil, Bravo, Energizer Bunny, anything you want to call him. The guy's spring-loaded, and of course, one of the best backhand airs in the business, Jess.
I mean, so impressive. Where he landed as well, he had to stomp it. You can see transferring that weight perfectly into the front foot, but then making it very balanced it out, like not really going forward or backwards. Just, I mean, it's so hard to even digest what he did right there. It's very complicated, and amazing job for Italo right there.
Picture perfect landing too, rocking the baby.
Yeah, burp the baby, rock the baby, 9.33. Well, we are, we're going to be off tomorrow, Friday the 27th. That decision's already been made, but this weekend looking really good. And for that, let's take a look at our Surfline forecast, guys, and see, will it be Saturday? Will it be Sunday? Will it be a little bit of both? We called up Surfline, and they gave us this information right here, Mitchell.
Yeah, well, you know, so far we've been very fortunate on the conditions that we have gotten. Anytime you see that purple blob coming at you, you know you're going to get a good amount of waves. Overhead and clean today, a little bit smaller tomorrow, but when it comes to those swells that are lining up for the weekend, looks pretty good considering, you know, the good sandbars that we have throughout the entire beach.
And luckily as well, we had very good, smooth faces when the swell came. Obviously not yesterday, but all the other days with offshore winds throughout the morning and a little bit cross shore. But look at Sunday, 4 to 6 foot, even 6 to 8 foot faces on the afternoon. So we're excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, looking good. Looks like we got, we're going to have a packed house in this town that you're looking at right here. Saquarema is going to be filled to the brim with surf fans. It's going to be rabid. The energy is going to be high. Looking forward to that. Well, we can't end our day without calling the doctor. I'm talking about Dr. Peanut.
What doctor?
Dr. Peanut, the man with the prescription for your nutrition, bringing us the top 5 moments of today. Let's get into this top 5. Number 5, Power, Goofy, San Clemente. What am I talking about when I talk about those things? Leading into this, now I'm talking about Houshmand, the powerhouse, comes through with a huge 8.67 here.
Yeah, looks locked in. I mean, his wave selection has been impeccable. Really wave-starved heat against Kanoa Igarashi as well on the round of 16, but into the quarterfinals, looking good. And once again, matching power with power, Kaipo, here in Saquarema.
Love it. Love the big guy. Love the hair. Love the chain. Number 4, Miggy Pupo with the buzzer beater over event favorite Filipe Toledo.
I mean, bring it on, Miggy. Like, you know, like he's that very calm guy, collected, and you just want to bring a little bit more energy sometimes, and that's a way to do it. You know, buzzer beater against the best ever in these conditions at this break itself. I think he has 10 10-point rights just on this event. And Miggy just going to town on that last wave. Very close, tricky heat. Nursing an injury on his hips. I know he's going through a lot of pain, so very emotional one for Miggy.
Love it. Love the emotion. Love the win. Miggy Pupo into the quarterfinals. Disappointed Filipe Toledo.
He'll be back.
A few very close heats for Filipe, last few events.
Number 3, crowd favorite, Luana Silva comes through and she finds herself in the semifinals.
Yeah, very and extremely difficult conditions this afternoon. Slow stuff, wave selection on point, finally competing the way we all expected her to. Confidence is up, and of course, when it comes to the use of priority, has never been better for Lulu Silva, especially in the presence of her own family, Kipes.
Love that moment. Number 2, Yago. He brought a day of excellence, Jesse.
I mean, look at this morning. It looks like almost like Hossegor, you know? Like
Is it really?
those beautiful offshore days. Found that doggy door. Amazing technique right there for Yago. He can do that on his sleep, but it's always fun to watch, right? Like when someone gets bare on a beach break.
Yeah, 8.67. He also got 8.5.
This is so cool. The fade that he did to kind of get in that critical part of the wave. Man, it goes unseen sometimes, but you got to give credits where credit's due. So amazing surfing right there. Very on rail and critical for Yago Dora.
He's on. Number 1. Told you. Energy. Spring-loaded. Air show. Italo Ferriera. Bravo.
Yeah, guy doesn't know how to get tired, doesn't know the definition of the word, and 9.33, wanted a perfect 10, but guess what? Still the highest score of the event, and our defending event champion looking good heading into the quarterfinals. Another air show by the kid from the Northeast, Kipes.
Who needs the video part? Just show up to the contest.
Yes. Thanks to this guys and also Crosby on that heat because he did a very good job.
I don't know
And
what to do.
the claim.
Rock the baby.
That's from a soccer player back in like 20 years ago.
Really?
That's what he did, yeah.
That's
Well, that's claim of the event right now, by the way. We got more
We
front
need
runners
more.
coming. Yeah,
we need more. We want more.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
so,
time.
hand me one of those Corona Ceros.
That's
Here you
it.
go.
Let's
Here you go.
Cheers and get out of here. Hey, thank you for watching. Remember, go to worldsurfleague.com for
boy.
all of the updates. We're off
Ouji.
tomorrow. This weekend it's going to happen. Salute. Enjoy the end of the day highlights and watch me skull this Corona Cero.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.